guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It is never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now, today is the 3rd of January 2026. Can you believe it? What a wild year 2025 was. I hope you all had an incredible Christmas with family and friends, and you're still on holiday break. Wherever you are in the world, Happy New Year as well. It's honestly been an incredible time, and what a privilege it has been to create and make content and speak to everyone from all over the world. Now, today we're going to go over, of course, coin market cap, all of the news. We're going to go over Standard Chartered, a 330% price surge for XRP. That is bullish as always. We've got an ETF update for XRP. I love doing this. It's a really cool website to get some insight on the exchange traded funds. Of course, Solana challenging Ethereum for tokenized real world assets, which is really bullish. Tom Lee keeps accumulating a significant amount of Ethereum as well. Hedera, we got some inflows updates as well for the ETFs for Hedera, Hashgraph, and Sui as well. I'm going to go over Earn Curve, my spot crypto exchange, a whole bunch of stuff as well as the news on X. Let's get into the video, guys. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification, because you can see on my channel, if it wants to work, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom. And of course, my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along on this incredible journey. It has been insane, and I can't wait to see what 2026 is going to bring. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, it would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. So make sure you give it a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. It is down there. Thank you very much. You guys rock. Also, little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff. I do not want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yes, we don't like to lose. You can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto, and of course any other investment. So be careful, do your own research. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Right, formalities are out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, we're going to go straight to the community tab or posts tab now. We officially have XRP flipping BNB by market cap today, which is really nice. And it is just the beginning. Very, very exciting. Coming down here, top altcoins in my portfolio. Dogecoin. We have, of course, Sui, Sheeb, AGIX, which is up. By the way, I do share the full list in the Wall Street Bull University. This is still going. I like to post up there pretty much every single day, as well as news updates. Really, really cool. So go join up. There's a free version and a paid version if you want to support myself and the channel. So thank you very much. Coming down here, there were $250 million in short positions liquidated in the crypto market this morning. Do not trade with leverage. Trade on Earn Curve on the spot market. Very, very important. And yes, speaking of Earn Curve, we're going to go over the bots to see how they're performing today on the 3rd of January, which is pretty wild. Can't believe we're already in January 2026. It's crazy. Anyway, coming over to coin market cap. We are back above the $3 trillion mark, which is really nice. 3.07 trillion is up 2.62%, which is nice. Fear and greed index is sitting at fear, still at 38. Let's have a look here. We've got ETF inflows 0, which is interesting to see this. Let me just come over here to have a look. And you can see total assets, $133.78 billion. So again, the markets are pretty much on holidays, as am I, and I'm sure a lot of you actually are as well. Let's have a look at my watch list when this wants to load. It's over that 90K level, as you can see, 90,158. We have Ethereum at 3,129, XRP's at $2.02, which is really nice to see that. Solana's at $132, Dogecoin 14 cents. We have ADA at 39 cents. Chainlink sitting at $13, XLM 22 cents, Sui's $1.67. We have Litecoin at $62, which is nice. We have, of course, Hedera at 12 cents. which is insanely undervalued if you ask me. Shiba Inu is up 10%. I still hold that. We have Polkadot at $2.16, Near Protocol at $1.69, ICP at $3.18. I remember this being $140 in the previous bull market, like 21 bull market. It was crazy. VeChain, 1 cent, doing nothing for 3.5, nearly 4 years now. XDC at 5 cents. Very undervalued. Let's just scrolling down. Quant is at $79. Immutable X, IMX at 26 cents. CFX at 7 cents as well. So they're my top coins, ladies and gentlemen, in my portfolio that I share pretty much every single day in the Wall Street Bull University. Go join. The link is below. Coming over to, of course, crypto bubbles. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. I like to go on crypto bubbles. It's been a very long time since I've actually been onto crypto bubbles. If this thing wants to actually load, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Let me just close some browsers on my computer. Actually, it's probably draining the internet connection. We have the worst internet here in Australia. I'm just saying. Let's have a look on the week. The biggest gainers. FTN 129%. I don't know what's going on there. Pepe is up 51%. For those of you who are trading Pepe, there you go. Pengu's also up. Polkadot's 24%. Really nice. Let's go on the month. We have CC up 92%. I don't know what that is. Zcash up 41% this month. As you can see, 725% this year, which is wild. Does anyone actually hold Zcash? Let me know in the comments. Coming over to the year, I mean, Zcash leading the way right here. We've got XAUT, which again is basically Tether's gold-backed stable coin. So, I mean, gold's been on a rip, like crazy money, and so, as well as silver. So, I don't know, this might be a good one to trade, which would be really cool. So there you go. Moving on to, of course, EarnCurve, my spot crypto exchange. Everyone, thank you so much for joining and registering an account on EarnCurve. If you have done so, make sure you KYC to get that 10% discount. Again, we're growing every single day, which is amazing. I love it. And again, it is a really community-driven exchange. Thank you to all of you that have registered, signed up, KYC'd, and are trading. Really bullish. Coming over to, I've bookmarked the, of course, the exchange. You can do that. As you can see, I've got, of course, my grid bots running at the moment on the exchange. Now, I do trade most of the big cryptocurrencies, of course, Bitcoin, XRP, etc. Coming over to the orders, as you can see right here. Again, there's been a few trades done today. The third, which is really nice, some sells. So XRP is doing nicely as well. And again, you can do all this, and the links are below in the video description. Coming over to Octobot. And again, they have their own mobile application pretty much linked to EarnCurve, which is amazing. The bots are doing incredibly well, as you can see. 4.75% on my long-term grid, which is really cool. The Stellar one's down 1.34%. We have the Ethereum one up 2.24%, which is nice. Solana as well, 1.97%. And of course, the XRP one at 0.83%, which is really cool. So again, you let these go. They're trading with limit orders, as you saw on the exchange, and it's all monitored with artificial intelligence, so you don't need to touch them, okay? Go join up, register KYC. All of the video links are, of course, on my channel, and you can go to EarnCurve Invest, you can join the mailing list, and you can watch the full video on how to set all of this up. I get a lot of emails in terms of depositing fiat. We can't deposit fiat just yet because, again, it's spot crypto only. That's what the license is for. So make sure you, of course, include your wallet tag for XRP deposits, etc., and you'll be right to go with this. So, guys, go join up on EarnCurve, and I do apologize about my internet connection. It is so bad. I don't know what's going on. The phone company's going to be getting a phone call. Also, my ebook, Money Never Sleeps. If you haven't gone to get a copy of this, go to the Wall Street Bull Official and grab yourself a copy of Money Never Sleeps, my dividend investing book. It's very important for you guys to learn, of course, everything about dividend investing in general, because it will help you in your future to generate passive income, all right? And again, there we go, Money Never Sleeps. Use the discount code BF50. You'll get this for half price. I just want people to get financially educated, all right? It's really important. There are so many other books out there, and I've got them all somewhere around the house, but guys, go read Money Never Sleeps, all right? It's very important. And again, you will learn a lot from that. Coming down here, now Standard Chartered, again, putting out some pretty bullish price predictions for XRP, which is nice. Standard Chartered analysts right here have predicted that XRP price could surge around 330%. They have also outlined catalysts that could spark this price surge, which also led to a new all-time high, the Ripple-linked token. And we have here, Geoff has predicted that the XRP price could surge to $8 by the end of this year. I think a lot's going to happen this year, which represents an increase of around 330%. This would also mark a new all-time high for the token, with a current all-time high around $3.84 USD. And the analyst expects the token to record such a growth as it now has legal clarity following the settlement of the SEC lawsuit. And Kendrick also expects the XRP price to surge $8 on the back of regulatory clarity for the US crypto industry and institutional adoption of the token through XRP ETFs, which are soaring at the moment. The Standard Chartered analyst noted that how improving regulatory environment has made it easier for institutions to gain exposure to the token. Meanwhile, Ripple has been able to grow its payment system, which involves XRP, thanks to the regulatory-friendly environment in the United States. Thanks to President Donald Trump. Seriously. Now, in the next post, crypto analyst Tara stated that the price of XRP is approaching a critical $1.88 level, and again is a very tight range, signaling a breakout is coming soon. You can see the analyst noted that the XRP needs to hold support at $1.87, which, again, we're back above that $2 level anyway. So bring it on, ladies and gentlemen. Coming over, as you can see, to XRP Insights. This is a really cool website, ladies and gents. There are $1.392 billion of assets under management, or AUM. The week of inflows is 12.78 million XRP, which is nice. Our Bitwise right here, 10.31 million. It's 502,000 shares. Franklin Templeton, 400,000 shares, 7.98 million, which is huge volume. Canary Capital at 4.29. Grayscale at 1.46. And Rex Osprey at $743 million in terms of volume, which is crazy. Rex Osprey doesn't hold a full 100% exposure to XRP. The ETFs, though, as of today's date, Canary is still leading at 75 million. Correction there. 21 shares, 135 million. Bitwise, 122 million. Grayscale's 121 million. Franklin Templeton, 111 million. Rex Osprey, 50 million. So they're not holding that much compared to the, of course, Canary. And of course, BITW Index, 27.2 million. So I get a lot of questions about this. You can access these ETFs through any brokerage, including, of course, Robinhood, Stake here in Australia, any other, again, a brokerage and firm. If you want to get exposure to this, use, of course, a broker on Wall Street, and that's how you'll get exposed to this. If you want to hold them, or you can hold the assets directly, it's up to you, but it's pretty cool. Moving on, Solana challenging Ethereum's lead in tokenized real-world assets. And again, this is going to be a huge thing this year, I believe, a narrative. But real-world assets on Solana reached a new all-time high in December, which was a couple of days ago. Institutional products like tokenized treasuries dominate current usage, which is nice. ETF approvals and corporate partnerships are boosting credibility. And despite weaker price performance, Solana's on-chain fundamentals remain strong, which is really nice to see this. Let me know in the comments if you're bullish on Solana. I've been holding this since the collapse of FTX. And UST stablecoin, pretty much. It was just an incredible buying opportunity. It really was. So let me know in the comments if you still hold it. Tom Lee, a Bitwine, adds 44,000 Ethereum at $130 million. A quiet but aggressive accumulation campaign is reshaping Ethereum's ownership right here, which is really nice. Landscape. And Tom Lee backed Bitmine Immersion Technologies emerging as one of the largest single holders of Ethereum. He believes that pretty much what Michael Saylor's, saying with Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's going to be going up in value. It's digital gold, but Ethereum, again, is going to be essentially the backbone of Wall Street. So that is why Tom Lee is going so hard on it, because he sees it's going to have a run like what Bitcoin did, when all of these, institutions got involved. But not only that, tokenizing, stocks, commodities, bonds, treasuries, everything, the backbone of Wall Street on Ethereum blockchain, because it hasn't had any downtime, which is pretty much true when you think about it. Hedera jumps 0.12 as ETF inflows and enterprise demand revive Hedera's bullish momentum. Does anyone hold HBAR? And HBAR is among the standout performers on the day, climbing to above your resistance levels of 0.12 or 12 cents. With the price of up more than 10% in the last 24 hours, the altcoin stands amongst the top 100 gainers. Bulls could rally factors such as growing confidence in Hedera's enterprise-grade network. Hedera entered a new year on a strong footing with HBAR registering significant gains to touch multi-week highs, which is nice. And this comes after consolidating below the 11-cent level. Let me know what you think about Hedera. Hedera's got an incredible governance board with massive institutions as well. If you haven't seen that, you should go look it up. Absolutely enormous. I've been holding this for years now, like probably 5-6 years. So, let's see where it goes. I'm bullish on Hedera, one of my favorite cryptocurrencies. And of Sui's one that's definitely a sleeper, that's for sure. But let's have a look here. Sui recorded $197 million in, of course, perpetual volume, or perpetual contracts. $337 million in decentralized exchange spot trading. And rising Sui trading volume signals strong trader confidence and ecosystem maturity. Sui perp volume reflects growing speculative interest in deeper liquidity, which is nice. Expanding the Sui decentralized exchange activity shows genuine on-chain engagement and user adoption. Also, the ETFs are going to be approved eventually. There's so many ETFs getting approved; it's absolutely ridiculous. So let me know in the comments if you're holding Sui. Coming over to X. And there's not a lot happening on here. It's just a lot of, stuff to do with silver. And gosh, it's just, I don't know, it's a bit of a quiet time in crypto. And that's just, it is what it is because everyone's still on vacation, I should say. There is the multi-bot video, by the way. If you want to know how to set it up, it's on my channel. Just go look for this video on EarnCurve. Have a listen to this interesting interview with Paul Barron. Have a listen to this, guy.
180 to 190. But this bank charter goes into play. Now, granted, right now it's a bank for eventually institutions, but I think at some point we're going to see next level banking coming out of Ripple. And when that occurs, institutional validation is going to be off the hook for XRP. What do you think happens next move from Wall Street based on Ripple's banking charter, if in fact we get to see more power coming out of that strategy?
You know what I find most interesting, Paul, and maybe it's a clickbait kind of title, but it's a supply shock narrative. And here's the logic behind that. You already have these ETF issuers, and Jake Klaver shared this on one of his live streams the other day. Each one of these ETF issuers needs to get to $100 million in assets under management before these big companies can write them a $10 million check. And the logic behind that is that no single investor can own more than 10% of the ETF. So before these large companies can even really get allocated, a company like Canary Capital has to go out there and get $100 million worth of assets under management. You also have the company in Evernorth, which is creating an XRP treasury strategy. I believe that's going to expand well beyond $5 billion in 2026. Then you have the EVM sidechain. Then you have the smart contracts. You also have Ripple building real-world use cases on top of the XRP ledger. And I think the icing on the cake is that if they get this national banking charter, which we know they did, they're going to be able to bring traditional banking, they're going to be able to modernize the traditional banking rails through the companies that they've acquired here. So it's really interesting how it all comes full picture. There's not a single leadership.
100%. That is so true. And thank you, Paul Barron, for that one. Chris Larson here. We're not going to play this. We'll have a bit of a play of this. Gary Gensler, listen to this.
A servant that we've ever had in this country. It's been incredibly damaging to this country. But look, I think we need to be really thoughtful here. I look at what sort of Reid Hoffman said about Lena Khan. He's a big contributor to the Dems. He said Lena Khan needs to go. That's spectacularly backfired, right? If anything, that probably ensures Lena Khan stays in that role. And, we could argue, the things that she's done, some good, some bad. But I'm not going to empower Gary Gensler to have any excuse, on what happens with his future. So I'm not going to comment on that. And
Gary Gensler destroyed crypto. That is just simple facts right there. Aluminium hitting its all-time high for 3.5 years. That's interesting. Precious metals and just metals in general are going parabolic. The dollar has now lost 90% of its purchasing power since 1913, which is brutal. Hopefully that recovers. Solana led all blockchain activity by 2025, or in 2025, processing over 121 billion transactions, which is huge. Senator Cynthia Lummis calls for Congress to pass crypto market structure legislation. This is all coming this year, guys. It's very, very exciting. And yes, of course, XRP did flip BNB in market cap, which is really nice. And Warren Buffett had beaten the S&P 500 this century, but all had to do with him. All he had to do was basically buy gold. And, you know, it's a pretty sad day in terms of him stepping down. But, I mean, he's going to retire now. He's had an incredible life in the market, that's for sure. But that is it, guys. That's it for today. Just thought I'd give you a market update. I do apologize about the poor internet connection on my computer. Absolutely horrible. But anyway, guys, make sure you go join EarnCurve. Links are below. And I'll give you updates on these holidays, probably YouTube shorts and maybe the odd video here and there, because it gets a bit difficult to film when you're, with family and stuff like that, especially when it's like nearly 35 degrees in Melbourne. But anyway, stay bullish, guys. Take care of yourselves. Join the Wall Street Bull University. Go get Money Never Sleeps. Have a read of it on your holidays. Very important. Join EarnCurve. Get started with your trading. Any questions, just email me at EarnCurve Invest. Everything's there, guys, for you. Take care of yourselves, bulls. I'll speak to you soon. Peace.